Were you using meth with your son? Yes or no?
Yes. You're aware of his drug use though?
Yes, yes,
I mean, that night you smoked marijuana one.
yes, I did smoke marijuana.
I mean, do you deserve an apology? Yes. And you know why you deserve an apology? Because you had horrible parents in your life. Your mom, horrible parent. She was horrible for bringing someone into your life as a stepfather who just got out of prison using drugs with you. And I guarantee you right now, your mother doesn't think she's a horrible parent, even though she's using meth with you. There's a complainant in this case, somebody who's dead. And whenever a life is taken, guess what? Society suffers because whatever they were bringing to this world, maybe for the benefit of others, we no longer have that. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 5275, State of Texas versus Michael Juan Montoya. And who is your witness?
Michelle Hernandez. How do you know Michael?
He's my son.
Obviously, you know why we're here today.
Yes.
I guess around the time of this incident and when Michael was arrested, describe Michael's behavior.
Very paranoid. Just didn't trust anybody. He was always to himself.
On that day, do you know if Michael had used drugs?
Yes.
If you know, what did he use?
Marijuana and methamphetamine.
During this time period, was there anything else that, as far as Michael's behavior, that now maybe?
Just one moment. Counsel, I can't have you all talking behind the court reporter.
Sure.
You need to move him down to the other end. So you all can speak, Mr. Stateson, you all can speak in the box, but it just needs to be on that end. You may continue, counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Looking back now, that may be red flags about his behavior.
I don't.
Was he? Did he or someone ever call the police about people outside?
There was a couple of incidents when he thought there was a few, like 10 guys. He said to exact, we're outside trying to kill him when there was no one outside. He called the cops three times in one night.
And you know, with those types of behaviors, do you know? Obviously, you know Michael was using some drugs during that time.
Yes.
Now, describe Michael growing up as a child.
Very athletic, loving, caring, he's a hard worker.
Did you have problems with him?
No, none.
At the home, where is Michael's biological father?
I don't know.
Okay. Were there any issues with his biological father at the home?
Yes.
Okay.
There was violence with him and I.
And did Michael witness some of that?
Yes.
Did he witness alcohol abuse?
Yes.
Did he witness people using drugs?
Yes.
And would you guys always be at the same house, or sometimes you'd have to go stay with his grandmother?
Whenever his father and I'd take them with me to my mom's.
Before this, was there any traumatic events? Did he lose anyone that he was close to?
His best friend.
His best friend.
Like 4 years, I believe, ago. And ever since then, I've seen him go a little downhill.
What about anyone in your family?
My brother, he was close to as well.
How long ago was that?
It was a year before that,
Um,
before his best friend.
and have you stayed in contact with Michael since he's been in jail?
Every day.
Is there anything else? Or I guess let me ask you this. You brought with you a notebook here today, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And what's in the notebook?
It's just pictures of Michael, a few of them that I have left over. I lost a lot of my things. And they're him growing up with other family members or friends.
Did we tender it to the court? We're gonna,
Any
Judge,
objection?
I've viewed it. There's no objection.
All right, the court will review that, and I know how moms are about photographs, at least how my mom is. So I'm going to review it and then I'll return it to you.
That's my next question, Judge.
Yes.
Now, look, through the years, I guess, is this the same Michael during that time period, even a few months prior? Was that the same Michael that you knew growing up? Did you notice behavioral changes? Were you aware of his mental health and the extent of his drug abuse back then?
No,
Okay. Now that you are aware, you think that he needs help.
yes,
Has he expressed a desire to get help?
yes,
Has he expressed remorse about what's happened?
yes.
Is there anything else that you want Judge Boyd to know before making her decision?
Well, just thanks for listening.
Mr.
What
Brown?
was that again? Sorry, she
No,
couldn't take
just
it.
thank you for listening to.
No,
Say,
thank you so much for coming in.
And the prosecutor may have some questions for you.
I just have a few questions,
Yes.
Your Honor. One, did you know the victim in this case?
yes,
How was the victim?
he's a good friend.
A good man?
Yes.
Okay. Didn't deserve what happened to him, is that correct?
No,
Okay. And you're not aware of your son's drug use, is that right? The extent of it, that's what.
not the extent of it, no.
Okay. But you used methamphetamine with him that same day. I'll
Okay.
move on to that next question. The fact is that your son even admits that he used on a daily basis, that he lived with you. He used marijuana, he used meth, and he used Xanax on a daily basis.
I didn't know of him doing all of those.
And you stated he had a good childhood. I saw the photos. And that he viewed some physical violence between you and your husband,
Yes,
and some physical violence between you and your boyfriend. Or boyfriend, one of your boyfriends,
well, okay, yeah, maybe once,
maybe once, so not an extended period of time.
yes,
Was he ever abused in the house?
no,
Sexually abused in the house?
no,
Was he ever sexually abused by anyone?
no.
Abused physically by anyone?
No.
Abused emotionally by anyone?
And I know.
So the only time you saw the difference in his behavior is when he started using drugs on a daily basis since the day of 18 years old.
No,
You saw behavior before that you didn't
no,
mention yet.
I just seen the behavior change when his best friend and my brother passed on.
How old was he?
I believe he was 16.
16.
Mhm.
So he started using alcohol back in 6th grade. You're aware of that, aren't you?
No,
That's what he stated.
no,
So you're not aware of that. Where were you at during this time when he was in 6th grade and started using alcohol on a daily, or at least
he
weekly
was at my mother's house.
at your mother's house?
Yes.
Where were you?
I was not living with them there.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
I do. A question wasn't asked, wasn't answered. Were you using meth with your son? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Any other questions?
No,
All right, defense, call your next witness.
Just 1 minute. Oh, Edward Charles. All right. How do you know Michael?
I've known him from his mother. We've been dating for 4 years.
Okay. And so you've known Michael about 4 years?
Yes,
All right. You know why we're here today?
yes,
And you were actually there when the incident happened.
correct.
And I think the prosecutor asked, so I'll ask you, I mean, you weren't being attacked or anything? There wasn't,
No,
to your knowledge, there was no reason for Michael to do that?
not at all.
Around that time period, either that day or even a few days prior, did you notice any behavior issues or red flags about Michael?
He became distant from me and his mother. He would leave with his sister and the boyfriend, and he'll come back and tell us like they're acting weird, as if they were planning something, plotting something against him. And then whenever he would leave with them, vice versa, he would tell them about us plotting something against him. He just thought everybody was against him. He was very insecure with everything. Even kind of expressed he thought we were tied with them to poison their food. And
Was that the incident that Serenity was talking about?
yes, sir. That was the same day. That's what I thought.
Okay. I mean, when he wasn't like that though, what type of person was Michael?
He was Michael. He was great. He was loving, caring, asking everybody for help, or if they need help, asking me. He went on several jobs, at least over 10 jobs with me working.
So the Michael that day where the incident happened, was that the Michael that you had seen, or did that shock you?
That's not, Michael wasn't himself that day. That day he wanted to leave that day, and I talked to him into staying. I'd give him a schedule throughout the following week, and we got back to work. And we were real bonded that day. He always distanced himself from me, as if I was against him or if I didn't like him. And then I'll talk to him, and then he'll realize, like, I'm here for him. I'm here for the family. I love Michael. He's like my child.
Is there anything else that you want Judge Boyd to know about Michael before she makes a decision?
That day, Michael wasn't himself. I hear him on the phone now, and that's Michael. Very kind-hearted and always looking out for others. And that day when it happened, he made a comment to me saying, "You didn't tell me to do it. You didn't." And from that moment, like, I was upset with him, thinking that what would make you think I would tell anything like that? That's with my friend. It's just, I was so confused. I was lost. I started yelling at him, like, at the scene. I was very upset and lost, confused, and I didn't know what was going through his mind. And me and his mother been trying to figure that out this past year. And that's it. He needs help.
Thank you.
I just want to clarify, you knew the victim and that he worked on other jobs for you, or
Yes, sir.
worked with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so, no, sorry. And the fact is that particular day, he was not threatening to you. He
Not at all.
tried to hit you, that you saw. He didn't try to attack the defendant in this case, Mr. Michael Montoya.
No, prior to that, Mayor,
Yes.
prior to that, they were outside. But 15, 20 minutes prior to that, he said they were outside talking, and then I tried to butt in their conversation as they're both Michael's family, Paul, my friend, and they were just ignoring me because they're having a good time. They were laughing, and I just forget y'all, and I walked inside.
And in fact, in these Ring cameras, you're aware of the Ring camera videos that were supplied by the homeowner. In this case,
Yes, sir.
you can see the three of y'all standing out there, and there was at least a cigarette or something smoking that was passed around. Is that right?
That is correct.
And what was that?
That was a blunt.
What?
A blunt? A
What?
marijuana blunt?
Okay, so marijuana.
Yes.
And so prior to that, nothing had happened, nothing transpired between the defendant and the victim. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
When y'all went into the house, you left the house, and then the defendant, Michael Montoya, shot at the victim 3 different times. You're aware of that?
That is incorrect.
That's incorrect.
I was in the same room when Michael shot Paul.
So were you watching it happen?
Negative. No, sir.
So you were turned around?
I was kneeled down into a filing cabinet.
So you were there when it happened.
Yes.
What happened after that, after he was shot?
I couldn't get up at that very moment. When I was able to actually stand up, I turned around. I see like a tunnel vision. Michael on the other side of the doorway. I never saw Paul. And I saw Michael with the handgun, not facing at me, or he just had it tilted downwards. Like if you didn't know, he didn't have no response to what he did at that moment. And I was terrified. I didn't know what was going through his head when he started hearing, Michael, what did you do? Michael. And he snapped out of it, and then he realized he had the gun in his hand. And what do I do? What do I do, Doc? What do I do? I said, put the gun down. And then it was a 5-gallon bucket. He put it down. When he put it down, and that's when I charged him, and I saw Paul on the side of the doorway folded up.
And then you're the one that called the police, is that correct?
His mother.
His mother called the police. And then you waited for the police there, is that correct?
We both did.
Okay. Well, but Michael did.
Michael left.
And
Came back.
I'm sorry.
But came back.
Right. You're aware of his drug use though?
Yes.
I mean, that night you smoked marijuana.
Yes, I did smoke marijuana.
Are you aware of his other illicit drugs like Xanax?
I'm aware we tried not to any type of other drug than that. I didn't prove any of that. I didn't.
Well, you're aware of the meth use, obviously.
Yes, I'm aware of it.
And you're aware of the marijuana, you're aware of alcohol use.
The marijuana, I did smoke.
Right. I'm not working on that, but you're aware that he used it quite a bit.
I don't know about quite a bit, but yes, he did use it.
Can you describe to the judge the demeanor of Michael when he was on meth?
If he was on meth or marijuana or sober, he was still the same in my perspective, but his thought process, if it was negative, it would be 10 times worse, or if it was positive, it would be 10 times as positive. It would just enhance of the mood he was in.
What I'm trying to get to is the fact is you see a marked difference in his attitude now. Is that right? When you talk on the telephone?
Yes.
So he's not on drugs now.
He's on anxiety.
Well, I'm sorry. He's not on meth.
No.
Okay.
No.
And he's not smoking marijuana, right?
Correct.
Okay. So there's a difference between him being where he voluntarily goes out and does Xanax, that's not prescribed to him. When he does meth, that's not prescribed to him. When he does marijuana, when it's not prescribed to him. When he's out in the world doing all these drugs, he's a different type of person.
Yes.
And now he's a different person because he's not on all those drugs.
That is true. None of us understood his medical condition that we believe that he has now. And I'm no doctor or whatnot, but I feel that he used that to help him cope. And I myself, I've been incarcerated. The reason I'm saying that is, but it took me. I understood about myself by getting help from the system. They put me into rehab, and I understand a lot about myself from there and whatnot. I just believe he just needs help.
Thank you. No further question, John.
Nothing further.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Montoya, Michael is a 21-year-old with very limited history. He wanted to take full responsibility for what he did. And Michael's very honest with his drug and alcohol use. We're here today. He's very remorseful. He's very sorry for what he did. There's no getting around that. But we did want to bring the court some other things that were going on. We asked the court to take that into consideration and sentence Michael to 15 years.
The defendant, we saw the photos that were presented to the court, and I know that is a snapshot, literally a snapshot of his childhood. But yet there are photos of his childhood, of him growing up, that he had some type of support system through grandparents and other individuals in his life. But he chose, yes, at a young age, not to proceed and take advantage of those people. What he chose to do is drop out of school and cut class and drink alcohol, use marijuana, and things that were detrimental to his mental health, anybody's mental health for that matter. For the fact is even in Dr. Fabian's report, he didn't start using methamphetamines and Xanax to the age of 18 at the time that he was an adult. So that at that point, Your Honor, he's making adult decisions that were detrimental to himself, not because of PTSD, not because of ADHD, because he chose to take the easier way and he wanted to go have drinks. He wanted to go smoke marijuana. The day of, he smoked marijuana with his mom's boyfriend. The day of, he just chose to do methamphetamine. That caused him to be voluntarily intoxicated, that he chose that path. So the fact that defense is asking for a sentence of 15 years is not appropriate in this case. 35 years in this type of case is appropriate because this person chose to go down the path he chose. Granted, everybody has their childhood, everybody has their past. If you really look at what the doctor said and what his parents said, yes, there was some violence in the household. There was substance abuse in the household. But there's many people sitting in this courtroom today that chose different paths. And some of them are on a rocky road. But the fact is they haven't murdered somebody and shot them in the head when that individual is just there to help them. And Mr. Butler was there to help. He was there helping, and he was a plumber. And this is the victim in this case. And that's just a tragedy right there, is that this individual is out there helping late at night, trying to get this house renovated. And this individual decides to get intoxicated off of meth, Xanax, and drinking and marijuana, and shoots him just blindly behind the head. And that right there, Your Honor, deserves a 35-year sentence. Thank you.
Mr. Montoya, I want you to know that I listened to everything that's brought before me, and I consider all the evidence that's brought before me. I mean, do you deserve an apology? Yes. And you know why you deserve an apology? Because you had horrible parents in your life. Your mom, horrible parent, still a horrible parent to this day, using meth with you. She was horrible for bringing someone into your life as a stepfather who just got out of prison, using drugs with you. So you have horrible parents, horrible adults in your life. Your grandmother, it appears that your grandmother was trying to help you stay clean and sober, but then you have your horrible mom coming in and allowing you to live with her and use meth with her. That is ridiculous for your horrible mom to be using meth with you and rubber stamping it and okaying it. And then having your horrible stepfather who thinks he's a good stepfather, but there he is using drugs with you. And I guarantee you right now, your mother doesn't think she's a horrible parent, even though she's using meth with you. Your stepfather thinks he's doing a great job, even though he's using drugs with you. So I want you to know that I understand, and I heard everything, and I understand that you had a horrible upbringing. But by that same token, there's a complainant in this case, somebody who is dead, who had family who loved and cared about him, and he's just working, doing a job. This is not a situation where he was doing something illegal or doing something inappropriate. And whenever a life is taken, guess what? Society suffers, because whatever they were bringing to this world, maybe for the benefit of others, we no longer have that. So when I sentence you today, I want you to know that I realize your childhood was horrible. And sometimes people have a childhood that's horrible and they make it out. And you wonder, how did they ever make it out? And then sometimes when children are taken from the hospital to be with their horrible parents, you know that they're going to have a horrible life. And you have had a horrible life with your horrible mother and your horrible stepfather. And I don't know what they're doing with your sister. I don't know if they're using meth with your sister or not. I don't know if there are other grandchildren that people are allowing your horrible mother and your horrible stepfather to be around. So I want you to know that I heard all of the testimony and I listened to it and I internalize it. Okay? So I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 35 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Court will take in consideration 665-487 and 673-117. I'll ask for the therapeutic community And also ask, they do have mental health treatment at the prison. I'll ask for that as well. I don't have any jurisdiction to force them to do that. But if you request it and they see that I'm requesting it, they may be able to do that for you, okay? Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll go off the record. I know that this seems like a lot of time, and honestly, it is a lot of time, but it's time for you to understand how you got to the position where you are. And it's also time for you to grow and get away from other people. I can't tell you or force you not to have any conversations with your mom, but your mom means you no good. Because if she did, she wouldn't be using drugs with you. If she did, she would have told you, stay with your grandmother. I'm not a good parent because I'm using meth. She still thinks she's a good parent, using meth and bringing a criminal in your life who's using drugs, who on the outside comes in wearing a nice outfit, dressed appropriately for court, but he's still a drug user, and that's who she's bringing around you. The fact that she gave you a father who everybody said was not a good father, then what does she do? She brings boyfriend after boyfriend to be negative influences in your life. So whether or not you continue to have contact with her is completely up to you, but you need to work on yourself, because otherwise, when you get out of prison, and at some point you'll get out of prison, you're going to be right back where you started from. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Under Texas Penal Code Section 19.02, murder is committed when a person intentionally or knowingly causes the death of another individual or commits an act clearly dangerous to human life with the required mental state. Michael Juan Montoya was convicted in connection with the death of Paul Butler. Under Texas Code of Criminal Procedure Article 42A.054, certain offenses involving serious violent conduct may carry additional sentencing considerations. The court also entered an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon in this case, affecting the legal consequences of the conviction. During sentencing, the court considered evidence regarding Montoya's mental health history, childhood trauma, substance abuse issues, and the circumstances presented by both the defense and the prosecution. The defense requested consideration for rehabilitation and treatment, while the state argued that the seriousness of the offense and the loss of life required a lengthy prison sentence. The court ultimately sentenced Michael Juan Montoya to 35 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, with credit for time served. The court also requested that Montoya have access to therapeutic community programming and mental health treatment while incarcerated. This case involved a murder conviction resulting in a prison sentence, with the court weighing both the defendant's background and the impact of the victim's death under Texas sentencing principles.